I think Keith's going to do very well at ADCC. He's on another level right now. He keeps popping up to next levels, and recently he just seems like he's right there at the top. Do you know if Taquinho is
retired?
He retired. He's not in it.
Yeah.
Because the first time they went in Abu Dhabi, Taquinho won by arm triangle. I'd like to see that be run back. That would be nice. I think Keith's on a whole nother level right now. He could bang with anybody. He could take anybody out at this point. He just keeps working. He's competed probably more than anybody, to tell you the truth. That guy's just competing all the goddamn time. He's always been that way. And the interesting thing about Keith Krikorian is, at first, he was a guy that was known for his EBI OTs. Like, he just practiced that all the time, and he got really good with rear naked chokes before the rest of his game developed. Like, he developed the end first. His escapes and his rear naked choke were high level, but the rest of his game was still underdeveloped. And there were many tournaments, many EBI rules tournaments, where he would just win an OT. He would just drag his guys into OT, and it pissed some people off. Like, dude, that's bullshit. Look at these rules. They're bullshit. Guys are just, you know, holding and stalling into overtime. Yes, that is true. And yes, that is a glaring sign that the game, that Keith's game was imbalanced. But I like that. That's how I try to develop my guys, is get really good at the rear naked choke, and at the same time you're getting good at getting out. And then that'll motivate you to develop the rest of the game. Then you're gonna wanna pass and develop back takes, because you know that once you're on the back, you're really good. And that's exactly what happened with Keith. He went from that guy that was winning in OT all the time to, you know, he just kept grinding and kept developing his game and the other parts of his game, and now he's a complete fighter. So now he's got his passing's on point, his whole game's on point. Leg lock game's on point, and when he gets on your back, you are in trouble. You know, so there's nothing wrong with developing like that.
Now than ever before.
Yeah, Gio is definitely on another level right now, and I think he's, you know, we haven't seen the best of Gio. He's continues to develop. There's always new parts of his game, and today, I mean, the rolls today, what I witnessed, Gio is on fire, and we're gonna see the best Gio we've ever seen.
Talk about PJ Barch. PJ Barch is not invited yet, but he's done well at trials, and people think he's going to get invited out. Talk about PJ a little bit, and how do you feel about his performance at those trials? Because he has some real exciting matches.
Oh man, at the trials, PJ was a straight destroyer. I mean, the first few matches, he was just crushing. He's on top of his game. He's better than ever. I mean, right now, PJ is just on that super high level, and he's perfect for ADCC because he's got that wrestling background, and like I said, ADCC is mostly wrestling. You know, it's the wrestlers generally win. Generally, there are some winners that aren't pure wrestlers, but you know, the Brazilians that win, they're the ones that work on their wrestling. It's never the guard pulling Brazilians that win. It's always the Andre Galvão's that win. It's like top game, like Cobrinha, you know, he works his wrestling. Big, you know, Rafa Mendes, and guys that are so confident in their sweeping. Like Marcelo Garcia would pull guard, but his sweeping was just so high level. And then he developed wrestling as well. Marcelo got some wrestling as well. So if you're gonna go to ADCC, you better be working on your wrestling. And if you have a wrestling background, you know, you could be one of those, you could be the next Nicky Rod or J Rod that maybe doesn't, you know, maybe only has a couple years of jiu-jitsu under his belt, but you know, as a wrestling background that just, you know, like with Nicky Rod, I think Nicky Rod's success is that, yeah, he has a wrestling background, but he fell in love with jiu-jitsu and fell in love with back takes and guard passing. And when you have wrestlers like that fall in love with jiu-jitsu and want to be the best jiu-jitsu player possible. Those are the most dangerous, and that's what PJ is. PJ is he's a wrestler, but man, his passing so smooth, his back takes, his Kimuras, he's got all kind of game. And there's so many guys in Abu Dhabi. It's like you can't predict, oh, my guy's gonna win. You don't know what the hell's gonna happen. But the guys that are in, the 10th Planet guys that are in this tournament, they're the best. They're definitely PJ, Gio, Keith, Thor. You know, it's going to be crazy.
Another one who's got behind me, but let's took second at 77 kilograms in the West Coast, Andy Varela.
Yeah, Andy, he's on another level as well. You know, we saw that in the trials for sure. It was like, oh damn, Andy just popped up to that next level. You know, in his game, he's got he's got a little wrestling background too, but his game is basically just counter wrestling and just jumping on your neck, you know, and people are afraid to shoot on him. You know, they don't want it because that's his game. His game is going to be hard to take him down. You're going to have to really commit, but he's going to have something for you. So it kind of like, it fucks your shots up. So Andy is just, you know, it's another one that just popped up, you know. Had that epic match with PJ. Shit, you know. Andy arrived that day, for sure.
88 kilograms, guy returning, he made the semifinals last time,
Thor, wrestling background, but he approached his jiu-jitsu a little different. Thor wrestled, but he came in pulling guard and getting inverti and going after legs, playing rubber guard. And, you know, most people wouldn't even know he was a wrestler, you know. Yeah, man, Thor's got that style, just that wrestler who pulls guard and has insane inversions and has the unorthodox game down. Like, it's so tricky, and he's strong as hell, you know. And we haven't seen the best of Thor yet. Thor is he's about to blossom, and he could take the whole thing. That Thor has the ability to take the whole thing.
Got another guy that won West Coast trials at 99 plus, Kyle Bain.
Kyle Bain, you know, that's another, you know, he wrestled, and he didn't, I don't think he didn't wrestle D1 or anything, but he comes in as wrestler, super strong, rock climber, but he's a guard puller. He's like Thor, you know, super strong, first one to pull guard. You don't ever have to ask him twice to pull guard. He's gonna pull guard, he's gonna go after your legs, and Kyle Bain's got one of the best leg lock games in all of 10th Planet, and he's right up there, you know, one of the best in the world, especially with his size. His leg locks are super impressive, high level. But he's also got an insane Kimura, rolling Kimura game, his back takes. He's like, you know, on the back, he's like Keith Krikorian, you know, just super high level on the back, offensively and defensively.
Last time, Elvira.
Yes, Elvira. Elvira is amazing. She's got all game. I mean, she's got high level rubber guard, high level passing, high level back takes. She's got high level game everywhere. She had a baby, and so she kind of took some time off, and she's just coming back now. You know, she wasn't sure she was ever going to come back. She was thinking about just focusing on her family, keeping her school, you know, rocking. Her and her husband, Laurie, another black belt of mine, amazing jiu-jitsu player as well. But she's coming back. She's coming back at least for one more Abu Dhabi, and you know, we'll see. You know, she hasn't competed. She just did like a Naga Europe or something like that, and she ran through some people, but a little warm up, getting the toes wet a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see what, you know. There's a lot of amazing girls out there now. There's just so many awesome girls. So it's going to be interesting to see how she lines up with them. She's great everywhere. She's got her leg lock game about as high level as you can get for girls, you know, for just period. Not just for girls, but she's got high level leg locks, high level rubber guard, high level passing, back takes, Kimuras. She's got it all.
So this is the most